Gender inequality, whether directly or indirectly, has always affected women. The most notorious form of gender inequality became the business setting. As women entered the workforce, they were questioned on whether they could exercise power and authority. This pursuit for economic power brought up unresolved issues between men and women. And though their participation and representation in the workforce has increased, women in high executive positions and leadership has not. Though there is installed legislation and policies in businesses, there's factors that continue to inhibit women from growth and from reaching these positions. That raises questions of what changes have to be done to the business structure and if there is benefit in empowering women.
Women participation in a variety of professions is low. And because of these statistics, companies are feeling pressure to improve their diversity profiles, especially in fields where products are consumed by women. Cultural diversity in any company poses an opportunity to strengthen the organization, and some companies and chief executive officers have made it a priority to increase gender diversity. Many companies have installed traditional approaches to decrease gender inequality, such as training, education, and mentorship. However, there are still factors that continue to inhibit women from reaching top positions, leadership, and economic power. Businesswomen are experiencing what is called a glass ceiling, an invisible yet real barrier which inhibits them from advancement in their careers. Gender bias has become unclear and sometimes so subtle because many actions have been made to counter it and its effects. Thus, women should become more aware that stereotypes still exist, even if they're not as direct. Such invisible barriers continue to be subtle forms of gender bias based on cultural norms and gender roles. Direct gender bias and discrimination are factors that have been disapproved of, giving rise to second generation bias. Women in business organizations are placed at a disadvantage when they don't feel part of the team and are disconnected to male colleagues. Another factor is rising into the higher positions requires women to be confident and assertive in a man-run world. Women are not assertive when negotiating for their own benefit and are stuck in lower positions or wages because if they speak up, then they will be seen as aggressive or difficult to work with. One aspect women have to confront is the identity given to them through gender roles. Traditionally, men were pressured to assume the economic power of the household, while women were submitted to the household. Many question, are there benefits in empowering women? Well, according to 2015 data from the National Association of Women Business Owners, women employ nearly 8 million people and generating 1.5 trillion in sales, now own more than 9 million US firms. Furthermore, women own 60% of home-based businesses, where their impact is more noticeable, making a transition from a hierarchical model of business to a relational one. They are able to create strong bonds with customers, causing customer loyalty and long-term customer engagement. Also, a study conducted by the Peterson Institute for International Economics shows having women in high corporate positions is correlated with an increase in profitability for a company. Women inequality in the workplace is still considered a persistent issue today. It is an issue that concerns both men and women and society as a whole. Decisions made on a daily basis can be targeted to improve the company's culture for the next generation. The culture of the workplace matters, and this may involve changing mindsets. If a company begins to champion and encourage women, the company will transition in the future to accept gender diversity and equal participation.